All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. Peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake that believers and listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. All right, what I want to go into this morning, is going into utilizing grace. Utilizing grace. Now, to get a better understanding, let's get the definition for utilize. Okay, and then we'll go into grace as well. Now, when you get the word utilize, it means to make practical and effective use of. Okay, utilize means to make practical or effective use of. Okay, so what is grace? All right, then we're going to go into how to make practical use of grace. Now let's go to the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 8. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 8. It said, "For by grace are you saved through faith, and not of yourselves. It is a gift of the Most High." Okay, because grace and faith is a gift of the Most High through Yahweh Shah. All right, understanding what Yahweh Shah did, create a grace period in which we will be able to receive faith. All right, and through this grace period, which goes into a time period, but also, it's divine favor. You got grace. You can look at it as a time. All right, and a lot of time. To get something done before a deadline. And also divine favor. Okay. So you go into the Greek word for grace.
G5485, charis.
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 All right. And it says, of the merciful kindness by which the Most High exerting his holy influence upon souls, turns them to a Mashiach, keeps, strengthens, increases them in faith, knowledge, affection, and kindness, all right, and kindles them to the exercise of the uh the faithful virtues. Okay? So grace is a time period in which the Lord allows his Holy Spirit to influence us. Okay? And we want to utilize that grace, make practical and effective use of the grace. Okay? So while the Lord has gave us this time period and the Spirit is influencing us, okay, in righteousness, we want to utilize that much as possible, man. Because as men, we've been so we've been so far removed from a ruling class mentality, till we thought as slaves, we thought as peasants, okay? We thought, we had that low self-esteem, low self-image, you know, based on us not knowing who we were, all right? And then as women, being enchanted by the doctrines of the serpent, has been far removed from being to a woman. So we have a grace period to constantly get restored, okay, back to what the Lord intended for us to be, So we have to utilize His grace, man. It's time for us as men, to really start thinking on the elite level, and every brother according to their portion. You can't compare yourself to another brother, but within the portion of faith that each brother has, we have to start moving and thinking on the elite level, man. And it's not about money, it's about a mindset, okay? It's about a standard, it's about discipline, okay? And as women, understanding that you're going to be wise to elite men. So your skill set, you should be striving to get on the elite skill set in whatever you do. You know, well, we say we want to be, joint heirs with Yahushua. All right, you sisters want to be the wives of those men. Well, we gotta start moving like that now. Okay, as men, we gotta start, valuing our time. Because we serve Yahushua. So we gotta start moving like that. We gotta start, really having a mindset as if which we are, as serving Yahushua now, making that okay making that a top priority, man. And doing things that put us in a better position to serve our power. That's why brothers, been pushing, the health, okay, been pushing discipline, been pushing diet, pushing studying, fasting. You know, this is putting us on the elite level with our power, man. Okay, as a woman, you should be doing the same thing. You know, doing things to put yourself on the elite level, man. Like the El Apostle Bar say, do it now. you know, ain't no time like the present, man. Do it. We gotta start now. Okay. Now let's get some precepts concerning that grace. Now when you go here to Romans, all right, 12:1, I'm gonna read down, which we always get it. Okay. This is I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. Okay? So we give our bodies as a living sacrifice, man. Because we're living, but we be dead to so much stuff and so many people in this world because we're serving Yahushua. You know? So we become dead to a lot of things, even though we're living, and that's that living sacrifice, man. You see? But when you have faith in the immortality, this present time really don't mean that this present the present of this world, it don't mean nothing. Okay? We're starting to utilize our time in this grace period, okay, to what? Gain favor in the world to come. You see? The current world and the way it's moving and the affairs of this world, they become meaningless to us when we start thinking as immortals, man. When we really believe in immortality, when we really believe in eternity, okay? This little temporal setup don't mean that much anymore, man. Okay? So let's keep going. And it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So we have this grace period to be transformed in the renewing of our mind. Okay? It said that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. Because the more we're transformed to the mind of Yahushua and detached, all right, from the darkness of this world, okay, the ways of the West, the more we can fully start to understand what the will of the Lord is, man. We can't understand what the will of the Lord is still thinking like a nigga, okay? Still thinking like a feminist, man. Still thinking like the ways of the West. We will never understand what the will of the Lord is, man. Because their doctrine is in the way and it conflicts against the will of Yahweh Shemal Shah. Okay? Remember when we find, we find ourselves offended at something, or feel some type of way about something, it's something within us that got to be tweaked. Okay, dealing with the ministry, man, it's something within us. Okay, and we have that grace period to earn these things out, man. Okay, and really come into, all right, the understanding of what the will of Yahweh Bashim Shai is, man. Okay, and said that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High, man. Because as we understand these things, as we understand the will of Yahweh Bashim Shai, okay, you understand the order that He set up on earth. You understand why, it's a major thing to teach false doctrine. If you understand the will of Yahweh Bashim Shai, the more and more we understand it, the more and understand what he despises, man, and why it can't be so. Okay, if you understood the will of Yahweh by Shema Shai, you wouldn't be trying to referee brothers, tell them what they can and can't do, who they can and can't be with. If you understood the will of Yahweh by Shema Shai, you know, you wouldn't be having a mindset like that, man. Okay? Reading on, verse 3 says, for I say, though the grace given unto me to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as the Most High have dealt to every man the measure of faith. Every brother has their different portion, their different measure of faith, And that's another thing, if within this grace period, man, we're not supposed to become proud, you know? We're not supposed to become full of ourselves, man, within the grace period, man. Okay, Jake has taken this grace period and created a platform for them, And now they think of themselves more highly than what they ought, man. Okay? Nah, man, this grace period, we supposed to really humble down and realize how vulnerable we are, man. You know? And building, all right, in humility, man. Okay? Understanding that we're at the mercy of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, that we're nothing within ourselves, man. You know? This is on verse 4, it says, for as we have many members in one body, and all the members have not the same office, so we being many are one body in Hamashiach, and every one member one of another, having the gifts different according to the grace that is given us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith. So each brother has different gifts, according to the grace that is given unto us, man. But within this grace period, each brother is supposed to magnify, okay, their gift, man. Okay, within this grace period, man. It's all about becoming the best versions of ourselves in Yahushua and in righteousness within this grace period, man. Okay? And it's all around, man. To our spiritual health, our physical health, everything plays a part, being balanced, making best use of our time, okay? Constantly learning, man. It's a thing about constantly learning, man. Constantly evolving, man. You will reach elite status in anything by keep progressing, man. Continue progression, man. Okay, there's always something to learn, man, because we've been so far removed. So there's always something to learn, all right, within this grace period, man. And the thing that makes it stick is when you utilize it, because you can learn things, and it'll be there for a minute and it'll go away. The way to make things stick and become elite level in anything is to learn it, then utilize it. Learn it, then use it, then implement it in your day to day. You know, that's how you make things stick. You see? So reading on, it says, I'll read this again. It says, having the gifts different according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith. Now, let's get this. Um, this is 1 Corinthians 15:9. It said, "For I am the least of the apostles, that am not meet to be called an apostle because I persecuted the church. But by grace of the Most High, I am what I am." You see, Paul received grace, and he gave the testimony that by the grace of the Most High, that he was what he was, man. Paul became Paul through a grace period, man. You know, when he had his road to Damascus experience, you know, and he was awakened, to the truth. He utilized his grace, man. Okay, all these epistles and these writings and breakdowns that came from Paul, it came during the time of grace when he received grace, man. Because he was going against the church. You see, but when he realized he was, as how shall I say, he was kicking against the pricks, all right, and he did that U-turn. Okay, he made use of his grace, man. He became elite. Okay, he became elite in his office, man. Okay, during his grace period, man. The missionaries and all the traveling he did, all that was done within his grace period, man. Okay, that he was given, all right, from on high. All right. So reading verse 10 again, it says, "But by the grace of the Most High I am what I am. And his grace which was bestowed upon me was not in vain." Okay, so we all received that grace. Okay, so the Apostle Paul said, "Look, the grace that the Lord put on me was not in vain," which means what? He utilized his grace. You see, he utilized his grace, and he has a record of all this output. You know, he has a record of all this output in the spirit because he utilized the grace, man. He magnified his office, and Paul was given a major portion of the spirit. Okay, and he made sure that didn't go in vain, man. That's why scripture say too much is given, much is required. Okay? So we in the point now, as we understand that we're giving grace, man, we really gotta tap in and utilize that grace and make it effective, all right, within our walk, man. You know, constantly leveling up, man, constantly leveling up. And it don't matter the pace that we level up as long as we're constantly leveling up, man. Every brother, every sister at their own pace. You see? But the thing is to constantly level up, move forward, progress, man. You know? Finishing it out, it says, start at the top again, it says 1 Corinthians 15:10. "But by grace of the Most High I am what I am, and his grace which was bestowed upon me was not in vain, but I labor more abundantly than they all, yet not I, but the grace of the Most High which was with me." Okay? So the Apostle Paul, like, look, it wasn't even me, it was the grace of the Most High that was bestowed upon me. Because remember, grace also comes with that holy influence. Okay? And that holy influence is to do right, to be better, to be more conformed, man. To righteousness, man. You know? So we gotta constantly utilize this grace period, and make it work for us, man. Because one thing about it, you know, you get, could I say, vex gonna come, vexations are gonna come by default. You look out to the earth, you go out, you can go to the gas station, see something, be like, God damn, different things come up on your notifications. The vexation gonna come. Okay, that's automated. You see, they just come with existing here, being vexed, man. Okay, but what we want to do is not just get in the corner and be vexed all day. Okay, but to start making moves and start pouring into ourselves in the spirit within this grace period, man. Becoming something within this grace period, man. You know, we should spend a lot of energy and time on that, man, so we can put out the best output for Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, men, each man within their portion of faith, you know, and each woman, you know, within their portion of faith, man. You know, so Lord will, I know you brothers and you few sisters edified. Just want to bring that out to the next time I say Shalom. Kwam Yashala, Abba, DTA soon, Shalom.